So here we have the basic supplies that you need for regripping a club. Obviously you need the club that you want to regrip. You're going to need some sort of a utility knife. This happens to just be a carpet cutting knife. Obviously you will need a new grip. I've got some scissors here. I've got double-sided sticky tape. This is 2 inches wide. I don't recommend you go any narrower than 2 inches. Odorless mineral spirits, and then a paint roller tray that you'll use to catch the excess odorless mineral spirits here in a minute. So let's go ahead and get started. I put down a piece of cardboard here to help protect the countertop. And the very first thing that we have to do is we have to cut off the old grip. So I simply set the club down, put on my trusty spectacles here, and then I just run the blade down the length of the grip. Now, if you can get it all the way down to the metal, the better you are, because then that'll help remove some of the tape. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to pull the grip apart, and as you'll see, it's exposing the old tape, and you just pull the old grip off. Usually when it gets to the end, it's a little tougher because it's a little fatter there, but it will come off. Now, you see it's got a lot of tape left on it. That blade didn't cut the tape. I do recommend that you go ahead and get all that tape, that old tape, off the handle as best you can. Now, this is not a make or break, do or die thing. I just like to start with brand new tape. If you tape over the old tape, it's not going to cause any problems. It will increase the thickness of your grip and you'll feel it on the handle. But that's just a minor difference because the stuff is literally only a millimeter thick or so. So we're going to go ahead and get all this tape off. And that's my little beagle telling me that it's time for me to feed her. There, all the tape is off. If you still have some sticky stuff on there, you can take a paper towel and just wipe a little mineral spirits on there, and it'll be nice and clean. Okay, so there you have the removal of the old grip. Now our next step is to regrip. Now to regrip the club, one thing I like to do first, take this little plastic end off this grip that gets in the way when you're trying to put the grip on. So we get that out of the way. Now I'm going to actually move the club off of the cardboard. Get the cardboard out of the way, and you'll see why here in a second. What we're going to do, got it messy here. We're going to take our double-sided sticky tape. Make sure I've got a nice square end to work with. I tore a piece off here to put it on the tip. There we go. We're going to want to measure, put our grip right next to the shaft. It's going to be sitting right next to the shaft. This fat part right here, from here up, is going to be at the butt of the shaft. So line that up where, so I'm going to put the grip there so I know how long I need to cut this. Open my tape up. Get a piece a little bit longer than what we need. I like to grab down here so when I cut, it doesn't roll up on itself. And then you have all kinds of problems with it. Move that out of the way. Then I just take the tape. I'll move the grip over to this side so you can see where I'm lining this up. I don't want the tip to be past the end of the grip because then it's going to stick out. I actually want it to be inside the end just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the tape down, get one edge down real good, and then I'm going to pick the club up and I'm going to roll it around. And that way we don't get any bubbles or anything like that. And one piece of tape on most irons will work. Now you just twist the end, push it down a bit, and we're going to take the scissors, snip off that excess. Push that in, and now you're ready to put the grip on. Pop open my mineral spirits. Go ahead and grab my cardboard again to protect my countertop. I don't want that tape to touch the cardboard, so I'm going to put the grip under it. Now I'm going to grab my tray, put the grip just up like this, grab some paper towels. Two paper towels usually does it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger at the butt end of the grip. There's a hole. You want to put your finger over that hole. Want to make sure you're over your paint tray, and you want to pour some into the grip. You can be liberal with it. I usually fill that grip right up. Shake it around really good. Get that stuff worked in there really good. Then what you want to do is you want to pour it out, but pour it over the tape. Pour it right over the tape, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to work the end of the grip on to the shaft, and we're just going to pull. Now that mineral spirits lubricates it really, really well. Next thing you want to do is you want to line up your grip properly. Make sure you get it lined up. Get it on there nice and straight, and then wipe off all the excess mineral spirits. Now, believe it or not, as wet as I made that, and the wetter you make it, the easier that grip will go on. This grip, make sure it's pushed all the way on, slide it all the way up. You don't want any play back here in the butt end. So I really push down on the butt end, and then I'll grab this. And most of these grips, when you pull it, they'll stretch a bit, and then they'll shrink back into the normal length. This grip right here will be dry enough to swing this club probably within less than 30 minutes. And right there we have a regrip club. Let me straighten that out. You got about 5 to 10 minutes of working with getting the grip lined up straight the way that you want it. Getting all your lines right. And then you just set it aside and just let it dry out. And then you can take your paint tray and a funnel, and you can recapture the mineral spirits that you use so you can use it on your next club. There you have it. And I highly recommend you use odorless mineral spirits. That way you can get away with doing it in the house, in the kitchen, without driving your wife crazy. If you use just regular mineral spirits, they stink to high heaven, and you'll hear about it. You'll probably get chased out of the house. So there you have it. We've re-gripped our club.